Just because you are prohibited from having something doesn't mean you can't still get your hands on it. If you're brave or simply unwise, there might be a rush of excitement when opening up a package containing a piece of gear you weren't intended to have. And in the age of the internet, it is shockingly easy to get around the rules and get a hold of some sweet tech that you are absolutely not supposed to have. Here is our countdown of the top 7 banned gadgets you could somehow still buy. At number 7, we have the SYRTH listening device. This is described as a wall bug and a wiretap, but really, it works best as a bug or an amplifier. What you do is take the cylinder and place it against a flat surface. The Amazon listing claims it can hear through wood, walls, and doors, so it seems pretty much any flat surface should be fine. Then, you plug in the earbuds it comes with and adjust the volume until you are able to spy on whoever is in the next room. For $20, this is kind of a steal, considering the price of privacy is at a premium right now. The reason this device is banned should be pretty obvious to even the least observant individual. Concerns about personal privacy and safety are valid, as the abuse of a device like this could have some rather upsetting results. The irony of this particular gadget is that in the 1990s and 2000s, a company called SPY-X sold something nearly identical to SYRTH. The SPY-X brand was a series of spy gadgets aimed at preteen boys, and the commercials at the time made it clear they were designed to violate the privacy of the user's family, most notably a listening device oddly similar to what we have here today. It's probably safe to assume the designer of the SYRTH had SPY-X in mind when they made this piece of banned tech. Coming in at number 6, we have the Signal Jammer. As the name suggests, this device jams signals. Sometimes, the best way to sell a product is to be straightforward and direct with your customer base. The fun part about the Signal Jammer is it's not actually one product, but rather is an elite line of gadgets. They run the gamut, with devices capable of jamming Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, or GPS signals, detecting tracking signals, and locating hidden cameras. Unlike our previous entry, this is a line of gear we can actually see coming in handy for someone doing surveillance or involved in clandestine activities. In fact, it can reasonably be assumed that this is one of the reasons these devices are on the naughty list. Aside from being considered disruptive technology, if these gadgets are in any way associated with spy work, the governments of the world probably don't want everyday folks walking around with them. Moving right along to number 5, we have the dream of so many young men, a cane sword. The Night Watchman sword cane from BUDK is made of high-carbon steel and is a force to be reckoned with. It is exactly what one would expect out of such a weapon. What can we say other than this is pretty high on the cool scale? As for why this is banned, concealed weapons tend to have a higher level of regulation attached to them. The Night Watchman is no exception, as it well exceeds the maximum length of a concealable blade. However, that does not mean you can't get your hands on one. You can order one directly from the BUDK website for around $100 unless of course you live in New York, Massachusetts, or California. Those 3 states prohibit the sword to be shipped there and therefore make it significantly harder for the would-be classy self-defender to have the sword cane in their arsenal. Number 4 on this list of banned gadgets is the miniature ring gun. When it comes to banned gadgets, the trend seems to be very straightforward, naming conventions. This particular item can be purchased directly from the manufacturer's website, where they specialize in mini firearms. This company also sells 2mm Beretta and a 1mm hammer-fired handgun. Far and away, the most interesting item in their catalog is the ring gun, though. The mini ring gun is a 2mm revolver with a carrying capacity of 6 rounds. Now, a 2mm round probably isn't going to do a tremendous amount of damage, but if you are an aspiring steampunk, this could be the aesthetically perfect distractionary gadget. It might not take out your enemies, but it sure would confuse them enough to buy you a few seconds to get away. Getting to a position where you could aim and fire the ring gun may be another story, as practical use appears to be somewhat unwieldy. Overall, it is a cool trinket, but for $900, there are definitely heftier options out there for real self-defense. Up next are our top 3 banned gadgets. But before we do, take a quick moment to click the subscribe button. As a subscriber, you'll never miss a new video from us ever again. Every great list, every crazy fact, and every surprising thing you didn't know will come straight to your feed. Now, on to the banned gadget medalists. Coming in at our number 3 pick is the USB Killer Pro Kit. No, this is not a USB murder robot. Rather, this is a USB stick that can turn any computer into an expensive paperweight. Effectively, what this mean little piece of machinery does is once you plug it into a USB port, it overloads the entire motherboard and circuitry plugged into it. It is meant to ramp up the electricity coming in and send an ungodly amount back into the computer. It will fry not only the USB port it is plugged into, but the motherboard circuits, any data storage devices plugged in, and potentially even a graphics card. You can find this on Amazon, despite its use being frowned upon by many investigating agencies. If you happen to scroll down to the reviews, you'll find that it lives up to the promises made by the manufacturer. One reviewer, who seemed rather satisfied with the effectiveness of the device, claimed it does what it is meant to do, and what it's meant to do can be easily manipulated towards evil intent. While rendering a device unreadable for security reasons is a reasonable action, there are definitely bad actors who would render their devices or others' bricks for dubious reasons. As with any device on this list, the amount of supervillainy achieved by the gadget comes down to the intentions of the user. Number 2 is a great example of that very principle. The Zap Blast Knuckle Stun Gun is a trademarked crossover between brass knuckles and a taser, powered by 2 3-volt batteries. They pack a surprising punch, emitting a 950k volt shock with every hit. The makers clearly considered both the safety of the user and the conservation of the power source, as the knuckles don't continuously crackle like the lightning fist of a comic book character. Rather, the voltage is triggered by squeezing the grip, meaning the jolt doesn't engage until just before impact. It goes without saying why these are on the banned items list, as brass knuckles are illegal in many places, as in the civilian possession of stun guns and tasers. But if this video has taught you anything, it should be that just because you're not supposed to have it, that doesn't mean someone isn't out there ready to sell it to you. And considering they cracked the top 2 gadgets here, they carry a cool factor that makes even the casual observer at least think about getting a set. And now we've arrived at the moment you've all been waiting for. What wins the gold medal on our list of banned gadgets you can still buy online? Well, that would be the Assassin's Creed Hidden Blades. Technically, these blades are listed as cosplay items, but they are functional hidden blades made from stainless steel. They come with the complete gauntlet, making the immersion into the Assassin Brotherhood aesthetically seamless. These are banned for a reason that might surprise some fans. Switchblades and other spring-loaded blades are banned items in most of the US, and these hidden blades fall under the parameters of those laws. They are activated by a string lever that is attached to a ring worn by the wearer. The release is spring-assisted, making them a dangerous prop at best and an effective tool at best. So, the Assassin's Creed Hidden Blades, selling for about $150 on Amazon, get a high score for cool factor and their banned status. So there you have it. Those are the top 7 banned gadgets you can still buy online. Did we miss any of your favorites? Let us know in the comments section below, and we'll see you in the next video.